everybody. Thank you for joining me for another free online yoga class. I appreciate you practicing with me and keeping yourself feeling good and healthy during, during any time during your life. But particularly right now, I think it's important that we spend a little bit more time caring for ourselves. Making sure that we are feeling balanced and centered in our body and our mind and our spirit, which is why yoga is such a beautiful practice for us right now. It's something that we can bring with us anywhere. Doesn't have to be a set time and a set day. Yoga is really just becoming aware of your breath and your body in the present moment. So it's a beautiful practice that you can bring with you wherever you are. But thank you for joining me here, wherever that is right now. I am recording this in my home. For the time being, I'll be offering free classes online until we can join each other again in the studio. So, take a couple of moments to get yourself settled in. Finding a quiet place in your home would be ideal. However, like I said, you can practice anywhere, anytime. A couple of things that you might like to have handy for you throughout this practice, including obviously your yoga mat. Yoga mats are great ways to bring your practice wherever you want to go with it. And giving you the comfort and protection of the mat. However, you are also welcome to use a towel or a blanket, or simply just put a cushion in the middle of your floor and you're set. A couple of other handy things that I like to have during my practices just to assist me are blocks. A block like this one can be really handy, either a block or a stack of books, or a nice firm cushion. You're welcome to have one of those handy, or even just, a little box if you have one. Just for certain postures where it might feel like a bit of a stretch to reach the ground, having a block to bring the ground a little bit closer to you can protect you in your alignment and help you to experience the original form, or the as closest to the true form of each posture as possible, without throwing yourself out of alignment. Another thing that's nice to have is a strap or a belt. Belt I would recommend over a scarf so that you don't end up stretching it out or tearing it. Ooh, that would be awful. So straps are nice to have for those postures where we want to be able to relax the body, but also go a little bit further into our stretch. So I'll cue you when it comes time to have that handy. And if you don't have these props, that's okay. No worries. You'll be fine. We can always use some different modifications for that as well. Okay, so tonight I wanted to practice just a really general feel-good type of yoga practice. This is something that I've put together and find it to be really useful for my body, just helping me to increase my circulation, just to loosen up some areas that are habitually a little bit tighter, and to help me unravel a little bit of the tension that might have been building up either through the day or through the week. Our bodies hold on to tension a lot longer than our minds do. So when the mental stress and, some more challenging situations are occurring in the mind, that's also happening to our body. So it's important that even after those thoughts, or, we've dealt with the problem mentally or intellectually, it's important that we check in with the body to see, okay, how has that affected our body, and if it has at all, and how can we make ourselves loosen up a little bit of tension and feel better. So tonight's practice is all about that, making us feel better. I'm going to bring in a couple of meditations from my Kundalini lineage as well. So we'll be working on a meditation to help stabilize the mind. And again, this is a simple meditation that you can bring with you anywhere. You're welcome to try this as your, I guess right now most of us are home, but this is something that you can do anytime, anywhere. So without further ado, let us begin by tuning in with ourselves. So find a nice comfortable position. You could be sitting in a chair or sitting on the earth. However you are sitting, I'd like you to lengthen the spine upwards. Throughout our practice today, I'm going to keep reminding you to lengthen upwards, grow a little bit taller through the spinal column. And this is just to help combat the constant compression that the force of gravity is putting on our spine. So you can allow your eyes to close. And you can soften your face muscles, including the eyebrows, the ears, the cheeks, the jaw, and the tongue. We'll let the back of the neck grow long so that the chin just drops slightly and it draws in towards the neck. Our shoulders are relaxed back and away from the ears, and our arms are just lightly floating. You can have your hands resting in your lap. And we'll notice the belly space and the chest space. Just watching the body move as the breath naturally comes in and naturally goes out. You can soften the areas around the hips, the lower back, the buttocks, and the pelvis. Allow your knees to splay open to the sides. Or if your legs are side by side, see if you can relax your thighs and your knees. Bringing our focus back to our breath, we'll start to practice some pranayama, a little bit of control. We'll start to really slow down the inhales and draw them a little bit deeper, filling the belly a little bit more. We'll also slow down the exhales, making that movement of the navel very steady as it expands out into the space with the inhale and as it contracts towards the spine with the exhale. Let's bring our hands together and we'll start to rub the palms. Create a little warmth here, a little bit of friction. And then go ahead and press the palms firmly into each other, and we'll touch the thumbs to the heart center. Let's tune in our practice today by chanting the Adi mantra, and our words are Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. I humbly bow to the divine source of wisdom within myself and within all beings. We'll chant this 3 times together. Let's inhale and exhale. Close the eyes but look up at the third eye point, and we'll inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Inhale. Suspend your breath. Squeeze the muscles at the base of the spine, engaging root lock. We pull up on the pelvic floor. We gaze up. We shift our energy upwards. You can even smile and focus at the crown of the head. And exhale, relax. You can drop your hands down to your knees, and let's just do a couple of shoulder rolls here. Inhaling, draw the shoulders forwards and up towards the ears, and exhale, roll them back and down. As we roll these shoulders, we're releasing and unraveling tension from this area. Oftentimes, when we're entering into time or places of uncertainty, the unknown is at our doorstep. This simple exercise can help us to cope with those feelings. The tension and stress that arises from not exactly knowing what our future has to hold. It often arises here in the body, in the shoulders, the neck area, across the chest, and around the heart center. So with this simple exercise, we give ourselves an opportunity to unwind, release with every exhale, with every roll of our shoulders. Let a little bit more of that off your back. We'll do one more shoulder roll. Exhale them back and down, and then relax. Nice. Okay, so we'll let our legs go long in front of us, and we'll lower ourselves down onto the back. We'll just take a moment here to settle in, noticing the ground supporting your body. Notice what parts of the body are in contact with the earth. It might be nice to bend the knees, planting the feet on the floor, lift the pelvis up off the ground, just to shift the tailbone under, lengthening that lower back, and then lowering the back onto the earth again, relaxing our legs down at the side. Taking a deep breath in here. We'll sigh it out the mouth. And then begin to walk the feet over towards the right side of the body. They'll probably come off of the mat. And we'll stretch the arms up overhead and go ahead and reach the arms over towards the right side of the body too. So here we're creating a nice crescent moon shape with the body. The shoulders and hips remain anchored, but we're lengthening the legs and the obliques the shoulders and the arms. It might even be nice to cross your left foot over the right foot to help encourage a little bit deepening of that stretch. And that left arm might come over and grab a hold of your right wrist just to help lengthen that side of the body as well. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Allowing the rib cage to expand. One more breath. And we'll start to walk the hands and the feet back towards the center of the mat and keep walking them over towards the left side now. So the arms, the hands, the feet, and the legs are reaching over towards the left side of the body or the room. And again, it might be nice to cross the right leg over the left, or to grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. 3 breaths in here. Sighing each one out the mouth. Now we'll begin to walk the hands and the feet back towards the center of the mat again. Let's bend the legs and we'll draw the knees in towards the chest, wrapping our arms around them, and we'll gently rock from one side to the other. So think about tucking the tailbone under to help lengthen the spine here and decompress that lower back. Our shoulders are relaxed and they're loose, while our hands or our arms are clasping the legs. And let's keep the feet active here, bending so that the toes are reaching towards the sky or towards the face, and the heels are really pressing outward. And we'll come to our center again, just lying here on the back. Release the legs down, but keep the knees bent so the feet are flat on the floor. From here, we'll let the arms go straight out on both sides of the body. Palms are faced upwards, and we'll drop the knees over towards the right side of the body, coming into our reclining twist here. So our goal is to keep both shoulders on the earth. If both shoulders are staying connected to the earth, we're getting a nice twist in the spine. We can soften the hips and relax the legs over to that side. That's ideal. If you find that in this twist, your shoulder is peeling off the floor slightly, and what you can do is play around with the placement of your legs. Perhaps if your knees are not so closely tucked in towards the chest, you'll be able to flatten the upper back and get that torso twist in the middle to lower back region. So your face can be up towards the sky, or if you like, you can turn the face and look towards the left. We'll stay here for one more deep breath in, and sighing it out. As the inhale comes, the face and the knees come back up to center. And as the exhale comes, we drop the knees over towards the left side of the body. So again, checking in with our shoulders, making sure they're both planted on the earth. Palms are up towards the sky. And we're just loosely letting the legs float over to that left side of the body. The chin can turn over towards the right. 2 more deep breaths in here. Sighing them out. And on the next inhale, knees and chin come back up to center. One more time, we'll draw the knees in towards the chest. Grab a hold of them with the hands. We'll draw the chin to the chest as well. Squeeze the full body. And then we'll round the back and give ourselves a couple rocks and rolls along the length of the spine, forward and backwards, and then we'll roll all the way up. We'll drop the knees to one side and come onto our hands and our knees in our tabletop pose. Aligning wrists directly below the shoulders, knees directly below our hips. I like to keep my toes tucked under for this exercise, just for a little bit more safety around the knees. But if it feels better for you, you're welcome to keep the feet flat on the ground. Just gently move through cat and cow as we inhale. We lift the tailbone up, dropping the belly down. The heart pulls forward just slightly and we lift our chin. And as we exhale, we round the spine. We tuck the chin to the chest. We tuck the tailbone underneath us. Inhaling, we unravel, the hips lift, the heart lifts, the head lifts. Exhaling, we round the spine, really pressing away from the earth. Belly pulls up. Inhaling, we open the front body. Exhaling, we round the back. So continue to go with your own flow, your own rhythm, matching your breath. Beautiful. Let's do one more in both directions. And as the next inhale comes, we'll straighten our back into our neutral position. Start walking those hands in, and we'll seat our hips on top of the heels if that's comfortable for you. From here, we would flatten the tops of the feet onto the earth. Now, if it's a little too intense to sit on your knees like this, one nice option is to roll up a blanket or your mat and place it on top of your calf muscles, and this will take a little bit of the pressure off the knees. However, if your knees are a bit of an issue area for you, you're welcome to come back into easy pose, which is just seated directly on your seat bones. So if you are in rock pose or sitting on your knees, we want to make sure that our heels are directly underneath our seat bones. So your feet are not overlapping at all. The heels aren't resting out to the sides. They're upright so that heels and hip bones are touching each other. Now we'll place the hands on the lap, and as we inhale, we'll begin to pull the belly and heart forward, rolling the shoulders back, opening up the heart space, but keeping the chin relatively parallel to the earth. And as the exhale comes, we round the back, pulling the belly in, tucking that tailbone underneath you, and rolling the shoulders forward. So inhaling, we lift the heart, pull the shoulders back, really open the whole front body forward. Exhaling, round the spine, pull the belly in. Inhaling, forward, exhaling, backward. So continue to move with your own rhythm of breath, connecting strongly to the breath in the present moment. Very nice. Let's inhale and hold the breath in just briefly. Keep lifting that heart center. Exhale, round the back. Pull the belly in. Hold that breath out. And then inhale back to the neutral spine. And exhale, just relax. Nice. Let's move over onto one side of the hip so that we can release the legs from underneath us. And we'll come to sit in our easy pose, which is a nice lotus pose or cross-legged, whichever is comfortable for you. And we'll bring the hands up towards the shoulders and we'll grab a hold of the shoulders. The fingers are in front and the thumbs are behind the shoulders. The upper arms are parallel to the earth, but we keep the shoulder blades relaxed down and back. This is really going to help us to rotate the shoulder blades sort of backwards, opening up the heart center and lifting the rib cage. Now as we inhale, let's twist towards the left. And as we exhale, we'll twist towards the right. So the whole spine is getting involved in this motion, right from the pelvic girdle all the way up to the head. Inhaling left, exhaling right. So we'll try to keep the spine centered throughout this twisting motion. And the goal is really to keep rising upwards through the spine. And as your range of motion increases, you can increase the pace or the rhythm of your movement, supporting it with a stronger breath. And inhale, we'll come back to center. Let's stretch the elbows straight up overhead. Hold your breath in. Pulling up on the pelvic floor, we're engaging that root lock and reaching upwards through the spine. Then exhale, relax the arms down. You can release those shoulders, release your belly. Now let us bring one leg, our right leg will come out in front of us. And we'll keep the left leg bent. Now we'll bring the left knee so that it's facing upwards towards the sky. And our left foot is somewhere around the right knee or even in closer to the groin. That would be wonderful. Now we'll pick up that right foot, reach out through the heel and lower it back down. As we inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, let's reach forward for that right foot coming on the inside of the left leg. If we can grab a hold of that foot, that's wonderful. If not, we'll just press the hands down, grabbing a hold of the ankle or the shin. We'll drop the chin to the chest, lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath in here and exhale, lower the heart down towards that leg, dropping the nose towards the knee as well. One more breath in, we lengthen. Exhaling, soften forward and down. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, unravel, coming all the way up. Reach those arms up overhead. As the exhale comes, we'll bring the right hand to grab a hold of the left knee. And we'll start to twist towards that left side, dropping the left hand down towards the earth behind us, and we'll press the palm or the fingertips onto the ground. We'll start walking that left hand in nice and close to the spine, as close as possible to the spine. Still reaching through that right heel, and if you like, you can start to pull yourself into the twist a little bit deeper by bringing the left knee into the right elbow. This right arm can just rest here on the leg. So as we inhale here, we want to stretch up nice and tall through the spine. And as we exhale, we turn towards the left, looking over the left shoulder. With every inhale, think about softening out of the pose a little bit and lengthening upwards through the spine. And with every exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. So it's this very gentle give and take with the breath. One more breath here. As the next inhale comes, we'll start to unravel. Let's stretch the arms up overhead and twist towards our center. One more exhale, we'll forward fold over that right leg that's extended. And as we inhale again, we'll rise back up, stretching the arms overhead. And as we exhale, lower the hands to our sides, pressing them onto the earth. And here we can lengthen that left leg, and we'll exchange it, scooping up the right leg and drawing it in nice and close to the body. Again, thinking about reaching through that left heel at all times. And as we inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhaling, reach forward and lower them down, either grabbing a hold of the foot, the ankle, or the shin. Once we grab a hold here, keep the neck nice and long, chuck the chin down towards the chest, and inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to soften, dropping the belly and the nose closer towards the knee. One more time, inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling to soften. And then inhaling, we'll rise all the way back up. This time the left hand drops to the right knee and the right arm comes behind us. We press the palm into the earth, either the palm or the fingertips, as close to the buttocks as possible. You'll see my arm is actually touching my back here. I'm just going to switch sides. So we inhale, we lengthen through the spine, and as we exhale, we twist towards the right side, looking over that right shoulder. You might want to scoop the knee up a little bit closer into the elbow space. And again, that beautiful ebb and flow as we breathe, lengthening and softening out of the posture with every inhale, and with every exhale, deepening into our twist. Still reaching through that left leg, keeping it nice and long. One more breath in here. Letting it go. And as the inhale comes, both arms float up towards the sky. Our torso comes back to the center. One more time, we exhale and reach forward, seeing if we can clasp our hands around that left foot or ankle. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands come down to our sides. This time we'll just let that right knee float out to the side. And what we want to do now is open the left leg out towards the left side, so it might actually come off your mat. Sometimes I find it comfortable to actually do this exercise lengthwise, the long way around the mat, just so that my heel has a little bit of protection. So we'll want to bring that right heel in as close to the groin as possible. See if we can relax that knee down. Inhaling, we stretch out through the sides and up overhead, really exercising the palms of the hands and the fingertips. And as we exhale, we'll twist to look at that left foot and then start lowering ourselves down from the hips through the torso, the heart, and the chin and head are the last things to come down. So we don't want to pull ourselves into this position. We don't want to lock out the knee. Have a gentle bend in that knee. See how easily my knee is floating up and down? We want to relax the leg as much as possible and bring the body forward from the base to the top. Okay, this is going to help us come a little bit closer, bringing the belly towards the thigh, getting that nice stretch along the back of the leg. And if we can, we'll grab a hold of the big toe, we'll squeeze that big toe. If you can't reach the foot, grab a hold of your shin or your ankle or even just your pants or your knee. Wherever your body is naturally finding that limit, we want to protect you and stay safe within that limit. So we're listening to the body's feedback and going to the level of depth in the stretch that is appropriate for you. So again, we're always inhaling as we lengthen through the spine and exhaling as we float forward and down. Once we find that sweet spot, we'll go ahead and drop the chin towards the chest to help keep that neck nice and long. And we'll just stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. And as the inhale comes, feel free to walk back up the leg, stretch the arms overhead. We'll twist towards our center and exhale, relax the arms down. And we'll gently switch sides, lengthening the right leg, tucking the left heel in towards the groin. We'll take a moment to stretch through that right heel and then relax the leg, again keeping that knee nice and loose. Inhale, stretch the arms out to the sides and up overhead. So you exhale, twist towards that right foot and lower down from the belly, the heart, the chin, and the nose. And once we find that sweet spot again, lengthen the back of the neck, tucking the chin towards the chest. And we'll practice some deep, full breathing here. One more full breath here. Inhaling, we'll walk the hands up the legs, stretching up overhead, twisting back to our center. And as we exhale, we'll let the arms drop down and we'll scoop both feet in towards the center. Now this time we'll bring the pads of the feet or the soles of the feet to touch. Now, you don't have to have your feet tucked in as close to the groin as possible. We want to have a nice relaxed posture here in this bound angle pose, so our legs are easily floating out in the sides here. And what I actually want to invite you to do is a beautiful little tortoise pose. So we'll inhale and keep the arms down and connected to the feet as we lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, you can walk the hands forward and start to lower the head and the heart down towards the feet and the ground. So we'll relax the head, let the chin be drawn into the chest, the neck is relaxed. Close your eyes, soften your face, and use your hands or your forearms to support you on the earth. Moving into some deep belly breathing here, feeling the obliques expand. And on your next inhale, we'll start to lift the head and slowly walk the hands in towards the body. We'll bring the hands to the outsides of the legs and assist the knees to close, bringing the feet and the knees together. We'll rest the hands on the ground behind us and just loosely rock the knees from the left over towards the right. Getting the hips involved here. Maybe one hip even comes off the mat as we loosely unravel this exercise. And we'll bring the legs back to center. From here, let's come onto our hands and our knees one more time. We'll loosen up the back with a brief little cat and cow here. Inhaling, let the hips lift, the heart lift, and the head lift. Exhaling, press away from the floor around the back. We'll tuck the toes under here and begin to lengthen the legs, pressing ourselves back to our downward dog. So our heels don't have to be touching the earth, but they are reaching towards the ground. The backs of the legs are nice and long. The butt and hips are kind of reaching up towards the sky, and the heart is dipping down. Now the head relaxes here, the neck is loose, the chin is soft, our eyes are soft. Our fingers are widespread and we're gripping onto the mat here. I'm just going to walk myself forward because I don't have enough room behind me for the next exercise. So we'll just take another deep breath in here, sighing it out. And as the next inhale comes, lift your left leg straight out behind you. And we'll reach it up towards the sky, but try to keep your hips relatively flat so they're aligned with each other. Now as we exhale, we'll bend the knee and draw the knee in towards the chest, shifting forward slightly. Inhaling, we'll press back again and lengthen the leg again. So with each exhale, we're bending the knee, shifting forward, rounding the back. Inhaling, we're lengthening and reaching upwards. We'll do 5 times on both sides. So one more here. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, go ahead and lower that left leg down. Inhaling, we'll reach the right leg back and up. Same thing, reaching through the heel, trying to keep the hips balanced with each other. And as the exhale comes, we bend the knee, reach it in towards the chest or the nose, shifting forward. Inhaling, lengthen and reach back. Exhaling, bend and reach forward. And one more. And exhale, lower both feet onto the mat. We'll bend each knee separately just to sort of walk out the exercise. Very nice. Now we'll find some stillness. Inhaling, lifting those hips again. Exhaling, relaxing heels down. On your next inhale, lengthen that left leg behind you again. On the exhale, bend the knee, start reaching forward, and then go ahead and press that left foot down onto the mat. You can heel toe or grab a hold of it and walk it forward, whatever works better for your body. So here we are in our nice high lunge. Our foot is on the inside of the left hand. Some of you might want to come onto fingertips to give yourself a little bit more room here. You're welcome to stay here in this high lunge. If you're feeling like your hips are ready for a bit of a deeper stretch, go ahead and lower the right knee onto the earth. From here you can release those toes so the back of the foot rests on the earth. And we can start to deepen into that forward leg, lowering the hips down towards the mat. So just think about the hips sinking down a little bit. The heart and head are lifting a little bit more. Our shoulders are down and away from our ears. We'll stay here for one more breath. As the inhale comes, we tuck the toes under and lift that right leg off the floor, lengthening the right leg. Now from here, we'll begin to lift the hips up, slide that left foot back, and we land again in our downward dog. You can walk it out, bending one knee at a time here. And then inhaling, reach that right leg back and up towards the sky. As the exhale comes, bend the knee, start to shift forward and plant the foot on the mat on the inside of the right hand. Nice. Now once again, if this is a good position for you and your hips, you can stay here in this high lunge. But if it feels better for you, if you feel like you're ready to deepen into the stretch a bit more, we'll go ahead and lower the left knee onto the earth, relaxing the left toe so that the top of the foot can rest on the earth. And we'll start sinking the hips down, leaning forward just the slightest bit. The heart lifts, the head lifts, the hips drop down. And we'll stay here for 1-2 more breaths. On the next inhale, tuck those left toes under and lift the left knee, lengthening that whole left leg. We'll start to lift the hips up slightly and we'll slide the right foot back, once again pressing into our downward dog. And from here, inhale, gaze forward. And you're welcome to walk the feet forward, take a big jump, or a couple little steps, however you prefer. For me, I like taking tiny little micro steps because it helps me to become more aware of where the tightness is in my legs, my hips, and my back. And as the feet come closer towards the hands, you might want to lift up onto fingertips until the feet are planted right in between the hands. As we inhale, let's keep the hands on the legs and we'll just slide them up to the point of the knees while we lengthen our back and bring the upper body parallel to the floor. Exhaling, we'll soften and forward fold, dropping the head between the arms, the nose comes to the knees. Inhaling, we'll rise up all the way. So the arms stretch out to the sides and reach up overhead. Hands come to touch overhead. And we exhale, bringing the palms down to the heart. Now let's release the hands down at the sides. Roll the shoulders out a couple of times. Just gonna have a quick sip here. Nice. So you might be shaking, you might be wiggling it out a little bit, little stretches here and there. Don't worry, we will be doing more of that very soon. For now, let's bring our feet together so that we land in our mountain pose. So our mountain pose, that beautiful, stable, strong foundation. It looks very simple, like we're just simply standing here. But when we bring our mindful awareness and our conscious breathing practices into this pose, we start to feel the subtlety of this posture, that strength and stability that starts rising up through our legs, into our torso. It even drives the length through the spine. We start reaching upwards. The palms are forward, the heart is open, the shoulders are relaxed back. Tailbone slightly tucked under, the knees are nice and loose. Let's inhale here and reach the arms up overhead. Exhaling, we'll reach forward and lower ourselves down. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhaling, let's rise up, reaching up overhead. Exhaling, reach forward and lower down. 1 more time, inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, stretch forward and down. This time we'll inhale and rise up. The arms will stay overhead, and we'll keep the feet nice and close together as we drop the hips down, almost like we're about to sit into a chair. Now from here, we keep that tailbone tucked under. Think about flattening the back. Keep the knees together. Look down at the floor somewhere in front of you to keep your neck nice and long. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhaling, we rise all the way up. Exhaling, the palms will come together and we'll lower the hands down to the heart. And we'll also tuck those knees underneath us, drop the hips down. And from here, we'll twist towards the left side. So we'll try to keep our knees in alignment with each other. One always kind of wants to scoot forward, but we'll try to keep them together. And if you like, you can bring the outside of your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, coming into a beautiful little seated torso twist here for 1 more breath. As we inhale, we'll unravel, rise back up. Exhaling, sit those hips back down, twist towards the right, dropping the left elbow to the right knee. Again, 1 more breath. Inhaling, we'll unravel, rise back up. Spread those arms up overhead and exhale. Relax. Beautiful. Okay, so now for the fun part, some freestyle movement. So I encourage you to close your eyes here because I am definitely not a great dancer, and this is really more about feeling good in your body. So this is the time where you can put on some of those great tunes you've got going, and all I care about is that you keep moving. 1 foot on the ground at all times, 1 foot's coming off. We're bending in the hips, letting them sway side to side, frontwards and backwards, letting the arms wiggle and jiggle, and the shoulders are getting involved. We want our whole torso to be really moving around in all directions. So you don't have to stay on your mat. Feel free to wander in your room. For those of you who join me in the studio, you know this is the part where you can really shake things up and get sweating. It's so good for us to sweat a little bit every day. It really helps for the detoxification of our bodies. And this is also going to help us to really build up our lung capacity as we're breathing more rapidly, a little bit more fully, getting a better range of motion. Beautiful. Keep going. We're here for about 2 more minutes. Just shaking, freestyle movement. Do whatever feels good. We just want to make sure that we're jiggling, that we're really bouncing the body a little bit, and that'll help our lymphatic system to filter out our blood and the fluids of our body. We're really going to improve our circulation through these exercises. This nice gentle movement also helps us build that body awareness. Just noticing, sensing, and coming into that conscious mindset of noting what you feel, where you feel it. This is going to be really helpful in the future, even off your mat, so that you can recognize when a posture isn't really supporting you, or when your body is calling for some movement, some action, maybe a little stretching. Just about a minute left. Keep on moving. As we're moving, we're also becoming a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more in tune with the body's wisdom and the body's needs. This intuitive motion can really help us to release blocks that may be occurring in our energy field. And these blocks may be the result of some unprocessed emotions, some trauma, physical or otherwise. And even just not having the circulation can affect our energy system. So getting a little bit of gentle motion and just allowing the body to guide us is really helping on so many different levels. Okay, and we'll find some stillness here. And continuing with our body awareness exercises, I encourage you to touch your body. Just press the palms and your fingertips on every part of the body, just to sense it, notice it, just a little bit of a hello, maybe a little bit of an I love you as well. Don't be shy, don't stray away from any area of the body. Just a brief and gentle pressure, sensing and feeling. You can close your eyes to help you come a little bit deeper into the present moment, just sensing and feeling. Nice. So wherever you're at, you can just let your arms gently slide back down towards the earth. And from here, we'll take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward, grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. So we just allow our arms and our head to rest forward and down. And we'll be here for about a minute and a half. So just relax, let your whole upper body dangle and loosen. Just get comfortable here and keep breathing. Now very slowly we'll begin to unravel. Inhaling vertebrae by vertebrae, we start to rise back up. And when we come fully standing, we'll relax the arms down at the side. And we simply begin to lift the heart center upwards, gazing gently up towards the sky or towards the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. Just leaning back very slightly and breathing, allowing the shoulders to almost fall open to the sides and back. The heart is lifting effortlessly. The abdominal center is becoming gently stretched and lengthened. And we keep the tailbone tucked underneath us to protect the lower back. Inhaling, we'll come back up to our neutral spine. Exhaling, relax. And you can make your way down onto your back to enjoy a brief period of Shavasana. So this Shavasana is just as important as every other part of our practice. I encourage you to lie down. Have your arms at your sides, palms facing upwards. Relax your feet, allowing them to float off in any direction they feel comfortable doing so. Relax your legs and your hips, letting go of any effort in that area. Relaxing the belly and the chest so that the breath can just naturally flow in and out. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Relax your arms and your hands. And begin to relax the muscles of your face as well, softening your jaw, your lips, and your tongue. Relaxing your ears, your eyes, and your nose. Soften your forehead and feel the muscles all around the head begin to rest. Your body becomes heavy and soft, and you are well supported by the earth below you. In this safe space, you're welcome to totally release, letting go, relaxing, and softening. You may begin to deepen your breath now. Gently begin to call your awareness back into your body. With each breath in, exploring the body from the inside out. Allowing the awareness to radiate from our center outwards gradually until it encapsulates the entire body and the space around the body as well. And gently begin to awaken the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, flexing and pointing the feet, perhaps rolling the wrists in a little circle. You may wish to take a deep breath in and stretch the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And it might be nice to draw the knees in towards the chest, wrapping your arms around them and rocking gently from side to side. And turning over onto one side of the body, gently cradle your face in your arm and take a moment here to offer yourself a blessing for the rest of your day, perhaps even the rest of your week. This could sound like, may I be happy, may I be well, or perhaps I love you. Whatever seems to resonate with you. And when you're ready, press your palm onto the earth and slowly begin to rise back up to a seated posture. So coming back to a nice tall and straight spine, we'll take a moment to check in, noticing how we're feeling in the body. Noticing our emotional state. The activity of the mind. And how we feel energetically. Noticing what is included in our awareness. We'll take a deep breath in together and sigh it out to release this meditation. We'll bring the palms of the hands together at the heart center and we'll close our practice together by chanting Sat Nam. Sat Nam means I am my truth. I am the manifestation of oneness. I am what I am. You're welcome to join me in chanting this one long time together. Let's inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale to chant. I thank you very much for practicing today. I hope that you have a beautiful evening, a wonderful week ahead, and may you remain in a place of centered stillness and peace. Satnam.